Hey everybody, welcome to Shift Happens. This is week number 160. 160 of these.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a long time. We just passed the 3-year mark on these. Good stuff. So, hey everybody, we've got a rockin' DC here. This is Dr. Casey from up in Minnesota, up by the land of 10,000 lakes. So for you, Jeff May, we got your buddy. A little bit of the dance.
No snow yet.
No snow, thankfully. He made it down here safe last night, so everything's good. So let's dig in. You guys got unhealthy kids up in Minnesota too?
A few too many, yep.
A few too many? So what are you guys doing with them?
Getting them back on track, back to the way they should be living.
That's right. So this guy's an epic doc, rocking it, loving kids and families up in Minneapolis, or up in the Minneapolis, Minnesota area. We've got a bunch of great docs up there, but this guy's one of the best. We get to hang out with this guy every now and then in the places we travel to. But it's good. So we're just going to dig in a little bit. I want to hear his story. We want to hear, have him tell you his story, how he became such this epic dude. So you can hear it. So you can understand, how, a lot of these people that we get to hang with all the time and get to kind of, so to speak, purge information off of and just grow and learn and be able to help you guys more and more. So I'm going to let him tell his story and kind of share that with you.
Learn from each other, absolutely.
That's right.
The most recent change for me has been seeing more kids, epic pediatrics, everything else. And that happened about even before my son. So 30 months ago, when I first found out we were going to have my son. And just realized I needed to learn everything I could about giving him, Jeff May, the advantage. So that so he could live better than, the other kids that are drinking the Cokes and the other Kool-Aids and whatnot. So that's where it all started. And, meeting up with you guys, learning from the great Tony Ebel, and just getting more and more confident that the kids need us because they're getting all kinds of, dope and other stuff thrown at them. So that's where we're at. Yeah. Absolutely.
They're getting in copious amounts, as Dr. Coach always says, they're from right and left and up and down and all over the place. And so, we get into that stuff, but it's not just that drugs are bad. There's things you can do to help those kids thrive and actually develop and grow and become the amazing superhumans they were designed to be, and limit the amount of that stuff that their body's going to need.
Exactly.
And that's the really big thing. We don't want to be, oh, this is a horrible thing, because if we're doing that kind of stuff, that's a negative input, and we're going to get negative output.
No, it's not bashing at all.
But at the same time, we want you guys to realize and understand how much that stuff truly affects not only the kids, but you as the adults as well. And being able to help you guys make better choices. Meaning, not that you're making bad ones now, but it's the more information you have, the better educated decision you can make.
Absolutely.
That's why we have, our workshops in the office. We have a vaccine one and flu one coming up, where we can just help you understand. Here's the facts. Here's what's really truly out there. You're hearing all these things from right and left in the papers and the TV all over. Here's what really happens. This is how your body works. This is how the immune system works. This is how the good Lord designed this thing to function. Are you doing the things to help that thing function at its best?
Right.
Or are you actually putting things in that are probably actually hindering and weakening that thing to not give you the advantage, Jeff May, down the road?
Right.
So, it's
holding them back.
Yeah, exactly. So it's fun stuff. It's when you start to really dig into that stuff and study it and understand it, it's kind of our we have what's the word I'm looking for here? We have a commitment, or we have to tell this stuff.
A calling
to it, whatever you want to call it. We've got that information has to come out. And so that's why we do this stuff. That's why we do Shift Happens videos. That's why we do our workshops, our teleseminars, our webinars. I mean, we have all this stuff going on because we want all this information for you guys, the easiest access as possible. And I know he does a lot of doing these things to help people get that information that they need, and not just all the stuff that you hear on the news and things like that. We've had a couple of really horrible shootings and things that have happened here in Omaha in the last just week or so, and there's so much of that negative information all the time, and people start to get bombarded by it, and people start to, the more you hear that information more and more over and over and over, it digs in there, people start to think that way and believe that that's just normal.
Right.
And we've done the same thing with our health in this country.
Right. We think we're born to be sick instead of born to be healthy.
Yeah.
The bigness of the fellow within, right?
Exactly.
The adjustment is a small thing, but the effect it has is a big thing.
It's huge. It's
Absolutely.
huge. Yeah. So, what's what's the coolest thing or the biggest thing that you've learned as you've dug more into the kids stuff? I mean, obviously, as chiropractors, we know that the nervous system and the spine control and coordinate the whole entire body, everything that goes on. And we learned in school that it's very important, even if they didn't teach us so much about taking care of the kids, we knew that kids could benefit from it just the same. But what have you learned as you've really started to dig into it more so we can help, moms and people at home understand how much of an impact this can make on these kids?
Well, I think the kids say it all. There's no, you don't convince them of anything. They know right away that they're in the right place.
Yep.
We talked about it a little bit earlier that, after the first, second time we see kids, they come running into the adjustment room. Or, they come running up ready to give you a hug and know that you're about to do something positive instead of, the negative, sticking them with a needle or something else.
Yep.
So
Poke and prod and all that
absolutely. So they just get it. And then the parents see it and they get it.
Mm-hmm.
A couple weeks ago, I had a young boy, sensory processing, ADD, whatever they wanted to call him. And second adjustment, he comes in, he's looking up at me and he says, "This calms my brain." Right before it was just
awesome.
Incredible. I didn't have to say I didn't say a word. He laid down on the table. I said, just checking in with him, and I get the hands on. He's like, "This calms my brain," and you can just feel his whole body settle into the adjustment. So
awesome.
So that's
awesome.
what it's about right there.
Exactly. I mean, that's when you have a child who experiences that and knows without a shadow of doubt on the inside that his body's becoming what it should be and what it was designed to be all along. That's huge. That's awesome.
Right. And his parents see, the parent sees it too.
Yeah, inevitably. I mean, the light bulb's going to come on in parents when they see that stuff happen.
Yeah.
They know.
Yeah, because it's their kid. They get
know
questions. They know what's going on.
Yep.
So.
And and the information thing is another. I mean, you got parents that are taking their kids and they get the shots, they get the meds, over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
But from their viewpoint, from their scope or lens of they view life, that's all they know.
Right.
And so when they get this information, when we're helping them to, just change the way they're looking at things, just alter that just a little bit.
Yep.
So that maybe they can start to say, well, maybe there is more to it. And then you see a kid like that where the parents see their child make that, changing, and their child sees from a different viewpoint, and it opens their eyes. It's amazing.
It's incredible.
It's cool stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, guys, we're totally pumped. He's been here, all day today with us, hanging out. So you guys are going to see this. Obviously, we're a couple of days before. I won't confuse you guys.
Yeah.
We're a couple of days when we're filming this stuff. Yeah, Back to the Future type stuff.
Marty McFly.
He's rocking out, hanging with us all day today. So we're having a blast with him. He's a good buddy of ours. So hopefully you guys saw him when he was in the office if you were in here. If not, hopefully he'll be down here again with us. You'll get to meet him then. So he's a cool dude. So anything else?
That's
Any parting words?
Be epic.
Cool. Absolutely. We'll see you guys next week.